And then he sticks up for his friend because, people were always around Jesus and they heard this. They heard this story. Well, what's wrong with John? Is John losing his faith? Is John falling away? Is John just a fair weather follower? And I love the way that the Lord sticks up for John. And you know what? I like it when people stick up for their friends. It's real easy when someone comes to you and begins to put someone down to just sort of listen. Even though it's not true, you go, oh, really? Wow. Tell me more. And it's not true. I like it when you say, you know what, you're wrong. I don't know where you got that information, but that is not true. I know this person, and that is not who they are. In fact, why don't we call that person right now? And I don't want to talk to him. Yeah. Why don't you just shut up then? See, the problem is when we listen to a gossip, we effectively encourage them to keep gossiping. You need to call a gossip out. You know why? Gossip is a sin. Gossip's just a fancy word for lying. The very word hisses. Gossip. The devil uses it. We trade little bits of information back and forth that we hear here and there. We don't even know if they're true. And we just pass it on. And I think it's great when we can stick up for one another and stand up for one another. Now, if something is true and a person needs to be confronted, that's another issue and needs to be dealt with. But a lot of times, unkind and untrue things are said about people, and we don't stand up for them. Well, guess what? Jesus stood up for his buddy. And so when people are saying, well, John's asking these things, and his own disciples are probably thinking, well, what's going on with John? I love what Jesus did. Look at verse 7 and 8. As they departed, Jesus began to say to the multitudes concerning John, what did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken by the wind? What did you want to see? A man clothed in soft garments? Those guys are living in king's houses. Hey, what were you looking for? A reed just blowing back and forth in the breeze, someone unstable? This is John the Baptist. This is a man of God. So don't think less of him because he's human like you. He's my man, and I'm standing with him. My son Jonathan was just a little boy. I don't know why he did this, but when I would carry him around on my shoulders when we'd be on our way to breakfast, if a garbage truck drove by, he would always say, and he was just like, I don't even think he was 2 yet. He would say, my man, my man. He'd get really excited, my man. We thought, maybe our son will have a future in sanitation, It's a good thing. Always, my man, he would say. And Jesus is effectively saying, John, he's my man.